Ghost of Tsushima is another great game which works perfectly with HGiG on the PlayStation 5. Welcome back to my channel Armok Forward. And the best news is there is no raise in terms of black level in this game when you activate HDR. This is still perfect OLED black. To demonstrate that HGiG is actually working with the game and has an impact on the game, I have set up the internal PlayStation HDR settings completely wrong way around. This is completely wrong, the next page is completely wrong, and this one is wrong as well. And now we're jumping into the game. Okay, so we are in the game and at the moment HDR is active and this picture doesn't look quite right to me, but we need to keep in mind that we have set up HDR in the PlayStation menu in the complete wrong way. So that's why this is not correct. So HDR is on. I will talk about brightness and the UV brightness a little bit later. Right now we're focusing on HDR. If I turn this off, you can see the picture goes brighter. That's the SDR picture at this moment. And this is just normal because we have set up HGiG or HDR in so many things wrong that now SDR looks so much better. Really, really very good. And this is another proof that HGiG is doing a job, and now we set up HGiG in the PlayStation the right way. Okay, and that means that we go until we can't barely see this symbol and we go one step further. And the same with this page, and I'm very sure my camera is struggling to show you this. And with this one we go completely down, okay? So that's the right way. And now we're jumping back into the game. Okay, back in the game with the correct HDR settings, and now this is amazing. This looks so great and I need to continue playing this game, really. But I don't have so much time. Anyway, HGiG is doing a great job and I would strongly recommend, if you can, use HGiG whenever you can do this. Because what is the difference, the main difference between HGiG and dynamic tone mapping on, and this is even when I'm calibrating the PlayStation with dynamic tone mapping on, the effect will be the same. Dynamic tone mapping on is just over brighten the picture because the curve is like this, you know what I mean? It's just, it is not correct, you know? Dynamic tone mapping on makes the picture much brighter, which probably is very helpful in a very bright environment. But to have a very nice difference between, or to have a nice contrast between very dark and very bright scenes, HGiG is the way to go. Really, I just can say it. This is just so amazing right now. And when we go into the menu now, so now it's on. We remember before the dynamic tone, HDR was much darker than SDR, and now it is, I can't see a difference, okay? So it is on the same level. So that means HGiG, the settings inside the PlayStation 5, regardless if you set it on dynamic tone mapping on or HGiG, the settings on the PlayStation 5 will have an impact on the game. Okay, so after we learned that HGiG is doing a great job in this game, let's talk about the brightness settings and the user interface brightness settings. Brightness first, so standard is 50, and I can show you reset defaults. Yeah, it's 50. So when you increase this to 100, what is the difference? It is really washed out. You most likely changing really the brightness level, which means you increase the gamma, which results in a very washed out picture. So I would not recommend actually to increase this more than 60. If you can, leave it on 50, don't go below, because also you will lose details, of course, if you do this below 50. So my recommendation in terms of brightness is, if you can, leave it on 50, maximum is 60, okay? So user interface brightness is really just the user interface brightness, which means it will increase the brightness from all the stuff what is reading or the map or stuff like this. I would recommend to leave it on 0 because it is more than bright. And now this is just ridiculous bright, and it will, yeah, it will not really harm your OLED, but it's also not the best thing what you can do to your OLED, of course, if you're using an OLED, of course. So I would recommend to leave this on 0, because in my opinion it is more than bright enough, or it's bright enough to read everything what is going on the screen. And yeah, that's the settings already. Are we finished with the video already? Yeah, I think so. So Ghost of Tsushima, perfect example for how HGiG should actually working. I know that some people complained about the dark pictures from HGiG, but to be very honest, if you like to have a nice contrast, and this is why sometimes I like SDR games or the SDR mode over the HDR mode, because some games are terrible mastered in HDR, in my opinion, like Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Terrible example. Ghost of Tsushima, in my opinion, has a perfect or really very nice HDR. Not too much, not too less. It's perfect, and it keeps this nice contrast between dark and very bright scenes. And this is what I like to see on HDR, like this. This is so nice and bright, and still the whole picture is, yeah, dark, because it is night. Okay, so again, recommendation is HGiG. Set up the PlayStation with HGiG. If you like to know what settings I'm using on my LG CX, I put also a couple of video links in the description. And if you like this video, then just give me a thumbs up. Put a comment in the comment section what game you like to see next. And also please subscribe to my channel. You would do me a big favor, okay? Thank you very much for watching me. I see you next time. Bye.